I survived the fire and rain themed COP30 in Brazil. Boy, did I miss you guys. And of course, in true weekly download fashion, I've got a stocked lineup for you today. We're talking space races that feel like intergalactic Mario Kart, wildfires and heat waves colliding with human health, local winds for Belize's seas, and my front row seat to the chaos, energy, and urgency of COP30 itself. Buckle up, get comfy, and let the download commence.
This show is sponsored by Ignite Media.
So, apparently, besties, the space race is back. Yes, you heard me. While the rest of us are just trying to race to pay rent. The US, China, Russia, and half of Europe are out here speed running to the moon like it's Mario Kart. NASA, China, and Russia all want to set up lunar bases, which is adorable because humans can't even agree on recycling bins on Earth. But sure, let's have two competing moon stations. Nothing says scientific progress like building tiny condos on a giant rock with no air. And scientists are stressed because everyone wants to mine the moon for rare minerals, which is wild. We've trashed one planet and immediately said, let's do it again, somewhere else, twice as fast. Meanwhile, celebrities are taking space joyrides. Remember when a bunch of them got launched to the edge of space this year? Because nothing says solving the climate crisis like burning rocket fuel so a pop star can take a selfie 50 miles away. But the real reason countries are rushing back to the moon? Simple. Whoever gets there first gets to decide the rules. It's like calling shotgun, but for an entire celestial body. Poor moon. May she never experience human greed. A U.S. research initiative, the National Institute of Health Program on Health and Extreme Weather, launched a new portal to track how wildfires, heat waves, floods, and other extreme weather affect human health. A timely reminder that climate and health are deeply connected. There is this big, colorful, protecting health from extreme weather diagram, which has exposure research, risk assessment, intervention science, and community engagement. Honestly, it's like the Avengers, but instead of fighting Thanos, they're fighting heat waves, floods, and whatever new disasters 2025 decides to throw at us. My favorite part? Preparedness and resilience, which feels less like a research category and more like the vibe we all need to survive modern life. Extreme weather, economic chaos, your ex texting you at 2 a.m., preparedness and resilience, baby. The Ministry of Blue Economy and the Belize Fisheries Department are rolling out science-based collaborative plans to protect lobster, conch, and finfish, our most important marine species. On November 20th, 2025, a workshop led by Dr. Kendra Carr brought together fishers, scientists, and government partners to review decades of data, 1977 to 2024, and shape sustainable management strategies. The goal? Resilient fisheries that protect livelihoods, culture, and our blue economy. This is collaboration in action. Local knowledge and cutting-edge science equals stronger, smarter fisheries. Okay, besties, I've been holding back my COP talk so I could give y'all the exclusive. COP 30 was a lot. It was held in a city in the Amazon rainforest. That in itself felt like a powerful statement, but the reality was raw. Flooding, fires, protests. You could feel the vulnerability of the Amazon everywhere. On one day, a fire broke out inside the venue, inside the blue zone, forcing evacuation and leaving many shaken. Protests and demonstrations were ongoing through much of the event. Indigenous groups, long marginalized, rallied, demanded forest protection and land rights, and disrupted summit proceedings in a desperate but powerful call for justice. For me, personally, I followed negotiations, leading the track for the global stocktake, and even participated in a panel. I met a lot of young people, youth advocates, emerging negotiators, indigenous observers, climate justice activists. Their energy, their urgency, their vision, it hit me. So I asked myself, why interview the top people when youth are the ones inheriting the results? Because youth are the future, and whatever gets decided today has the power to shape the rest of their lives. Here are those interviews.
I was part of the team behind the COP simulation at the British University in Egypt, where we teach these students like soft diplomacy, climate negotiation, and advocacy skills. And then they get to come to the actual COP, like maybe 15 or 20 of them are here today, and they're like contributing to the whole idea of the COP. So I'd say like this is a pretty good thing that we're doing, and we're working towards like enhancing.
So my policy paper actually main scope was about bridging the mitigation gaps between the global north and global south, which what is the COP is really about here. So I took Egypt and London as case examples as a developed and developing countries. I've mentioned the opportunities and challenges that face each country when it comes to contributing to things that save their environment and save them from the climate change. And I've suggested some solutions for each case, and how we could, both the developed and developing nations could work together in this. For instance, having data for having access to climate data, integrating different types of renewable energies together, and integrating them with AI, of course, to enhance their efficiency, making an equitable, just transition, not doing capacity buildings and retraining programs for the fossil fuel workers, so we could not leave them behind. Because at the end, we cannot just say no where we want the zero target. No, it's net zero target, because we can't leave the fossil fuel workers left behind alone. So we all got to collaborate and contribute, and mainly compromising. And we need to stop question, why does mitigation stalls? We're here today to take real action and stop that and make a change.
I think the youth, I am not a youth person, is involved because we will suffer the impact of the climate changes. In Amazonia, we suffer that. The heat are high and the rain is high too, but not a healthy way. So the communities from Belém, Manaus, Rio Branco, are affected because the rivers are high too. So the earth is impacted that way for the climate change.
Your community.
Belém is an Amazonia city, and like most of them, they are alongside rivers, so we are really sensible to the tide level increasing, you know. So I'm really into knowing what people discussing worldwide in space like COP, to know what can be done here. How can we align the language that's established in the municipality of Belém, for example, with what people are doing worldwide? And those issues are global. Like, I never thought that Amsterdam and Belém could be facing the same issues and could discuss the same solutions together.
Okay, I think that's really good, and he's already offered us some insight into how COP has helped him elevate his platform.
If you could describe COP in one word, what would you say?
I say sometimes it feels like high school. In high school, when developed countries and developing countries are in a conference, and they like have this non-consensus. They stay like in a high school, like my group from here, there, and the other group in the other corner. So we don't speak and we don't don't have dialogues.
Okay, so she's saying it's a little cliquey. And that's a wrap for today's weekly download. From moon condos to mangrove victories, extreme weather adventures, and the unstoppable energy of youth at COP30. What a ride, besties! Remember, whether it's preparing for climate chaos, cheering for Belize's seas, or just surviving your ex's 2 a.m. texts, preparedness, resilience, and a little humor go a long way. Stay curious, stay engaged, and as always, I'll see you next week for more of the news that actually matters. Because the planet isn't waiting, and neither should we. Until then, download complete.
The views and opinions expressed in the weekly download are solely those of the hosts and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of Ignite Limited.